नमस्कार, फिर पैसा बोलता है में आपका स्वागत है। मैं आनंद श्रीनिवासन। आज मेरे साथ मेरे भाई हैं, उनके साथ मैं वार्तालाप करूंगा लेकिन अंग्रेज में करूंगा। आज मैं पहले वीडियो में एल&टी के बारे में बात करना चाहता हूं। एल&टी के बारे में मैं इतने साल में कभी बात नहीं की है, लेकिन मेरे पास एल&टी का स्टॉक है। लेकिन इस कंपनी के बारे में इसलिए नहीं बात किया क्योंकि वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट में था और भारत में पिछले 10 साल में उनका इतना भारी कंट्रोल नहीं था इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में। और एएम नायक बहुत बार कंप्लेन कर चुके हैं, तो एएम नायक ने पिवट किया। उन्होंने ऐसा किया कि नॉन कोर डिविजन्स को बेच दिया। 20 साल पहले उन्होंने सीमेंट को डीमर्ज किया। उस कंपनी का नाम है अल्ट्राटेक सीमेंट। वो आदित्य बिरला के पास चला गया। उनके बेटे कुमार बिरला ने उसको डीमर्ज करवाया। कुमार बिरला अल्ट्राटेक सीमेंट को कंट्रोल करते हैं। उन्होंने अपना स्विच गियर डिविजन बेच दिया, उन्होंने इलेक्ट्रोड डिविजन बेच दिया। ऐसे बहुत सारे नॉन कोर बिजनेस जिसमें एल&टी थी उन सबको बेच दिया। एल&टी इंश्योरेंस को बेच दिया, एल&टी एएमसी को बेच दिया। लेकिन उन्होंने ये पिवट किया कि फ्यूचर वैल्यूएशन के लिए उनको एक सॉफ्टवेयर का पावर हाउस बनना चाहिए। एल&टी इन्फोटेक एक आफ्टर ऑल्सो रन स्टॉक था। उन्होंने सत्यम को अक्वायर करने की कोशिश की, लेकिन वो सत्यम को अक्वायर करने में नाकाम हो गए। टेक महिंद्रा ने सत्यम को अक्वायर कर लिया, तो वे अपने मौका देखते रहे। जब कॉफी डे के सिद्धार्थ प्रॉब्लम में आ गए तो वो माइंट्री का स्टेक बहुत बड़ा स्टेक मार्केट में फ्लोट कर रहा था। उन्होंने इस पर पाउंस किया और उन्होंने उसको अक्वायर किया। उसके साथ एक हॉस्टाइल टेक ओवर में माइंट्री को एल&टी का अंग बना दिया और उन्होंने एल&टी इन्फोटेक के साथ उसका मर्जर करवाया, एल&टी माइंट्री। उसके पास दूसरा की कंपनी है एल&टी इंजीनियरिंग सर्विसेज। इन दोनों की बदौलत एल&टी का वैल्यूएशन बहुत बढ़ गया क्योंकि इन दोनों का होल्डिंग कंपनी एल&टी है। आज एल&टी 3000 के ऊपर चल रहा है स्टॉक में। इसमें रिसेंटली एक बाईबैक भी अनाउंस किया था और उस बाईबैक के कारण अभी 3000 रुपया के ऊपर दाम है। 38 टाइम्स अर्निंग्स है। इस कंपनी को हम आज छू नहीं सकते, लेकिन ये बेहतरीन कंपनी है। इंडिया में ऐसे 2-3 कंपनियां हैं वो सिर्फ प्रोफेशनल्स चलाते हैं। जब हम प्रोफेशनल की बात करते हैं तो सिर्फ योगी देवेश्वर की बात करते हैं और आईटीसी की बात करते हैं। उसी रेंज में पिछले 20 साल में चेयरमैन और सीईओ के रूप में उन्होंने एल&टी को इतना बड़ा कंपनी खड़ा कर दिया। 80 साल के एएम नायक ने परसों रिटायर हो गए। उन्होंने एसन सुब्रमण्यम को सीईओ, एमडी और चेयरमैन बनाया, लेकिन 80 साल की नायक अभी भी बूट्स को हैंग करने में तैयार नहीं है। वो एल&टी एम्प्लॉइज ट्रस्ट की चेयरमैन बनेंगे। वो ट्रस्ट ही एल&टी की सबसे बड़ा शेयर होल्डर है और इस कंपनी को इन्फ्लुएंस करते हैं। एल&टी विदाउट नायक को हम कल्पना भी नहीं कर सकते हैं। इसी कारण इसके उनको लिए एक ट्रिब्यूट के लिए मैं ये वीडियो बना रहा हूँ। इस स्टॉक को अभी आप नहीं खरीद सकते हैं, तो इस स्टॉक को कंसिडर मत कीजिए इस दाम में। What I discussed was a short history of L&T. L&T is a professional company. Its primary valuation today.
I understood.
No, for the others.
Okay.
Larsen and Toubro is primarily a company which is in infrastructure and construction. It's done badly in India for 10 years. For obvious reasons, it's lost out on several contracts. Nayak himself has complained, but L&T is a global company. If you look at any metro, it's L&T. People think the price has run up because of its construction. It's not true. It's really run up because he has sold a lot of non-core assets and brought down debt. And also he was waiting for the time to make it an IT powerhouse. He tried an attempt to swallow Satyam. It didn't pan out. And then when Siddharth was in trouble, of Coffee Day was in trouble, he acquired his stake in Mindtree and had a hostile takeover of it. And therefore merged L&T with L&T Infotech with Mindtree and became a stock powerhouse. He also has a company called L&T Engineering Services, and these two companies have given him the valuation that he has today. The stock is trading about 3,000 rupees at 38 times earnings. At this point of time, at age 80 on the 30th of September, he announced it would be his last day in L&T as chairman. However, he would continue to be the chairman and head the L&T's employee trust, which controls L&T company. It looks very clear that he will have a major voice in the way L&T is run by his successor Esan Subramaniam. However, this video is a tribute to Nayak for the way he has led this company. At one time, Reliance tried an aggressive takeover of this company. when Dhirubhai and his son made a big attempt to swallow this company. They had a company called what later became Reliance Infrastructure.
Correct.
They got onto the board. They wanted a hostile takeover. Nayak fought Ambani, and when Dhirubhai old man was alive, very few people could have beaten Dhirubhai, and he did. And he staved off the takeover. And so Dhirubhai sold his stake in L&T to Aditya Birla's son Kumar Mangalam Birla. Kumar Mangalam Birla and his mother became shareholders of L&T and sat on the board, and this tussle continued. And finally, to get the Birlas out, what he did was he spun off his cement division, made it Ultratech Cement, and gave it to the Birlas as a stake. And they moved out. Over the years, he sold L&T's vehicle making, that they were making forklifts. It was called L&T Komatsu. He sold it. He sold the switchgear division. He sold the electrodes division. He sold a lot of non-core assets. He sold his insurance company, his mutual funds, and shed a lot of debt. And today's valuation is not because of infrastructure, as most people believe, but is the holding value of those two software companies I wanted to talk. So you can ask me any questions on this. This is one of our dad's favorite stocks.
Correct.
We still have a chunk of it.
Yes. The reason why it's one of his favorite stocks is it runs its history way back pre-independence. Post-independence, it's one of the companies that helped build this country. It helped build our first nuclear reactor with Homi Bhabha. It helped Vikram Sarabhai in the ISRO. Most of the ISRO work was done with L&T's contract. L&T won all those contracts. And even in 1976, Abu Dhabi's airport was built by L&T.
Yeah.
L&T has been in defense research, DRDO also. So L&T has been an integral part of our country
And
our
building.
nation building. It's just not a company about money and profit. It's a hardcore Indian company.
Yes.
Though it started by two
Danish
guys who took refuge in India.
Larsen and Tubro.
During World War I and World War II.
Especially during World War II.
Yes, they took refuge here. They started this company. So it is something to be very proud of as an Indian. This is actually a backbone of India. Like how Tatas are, the Birlas are, L&T is also
L&T is a very big part of India.
Yes.
Most of our defense contracting and all our huge infrastructure, including the Madras Metro, has been built by L&T.
Correct. And it's all, Nayak joined L&T in 1965. At the same time, they won the Homi Bhabha nuclear reactor contract. So he's been there from the nascence of L&T working and building this nation.
Yes.
And he's contributed very much to what India is today. And it is great to pay tribute to him. And he deserves all the accolades and rich rewards.
And he did not put his son and his family and try to control this company.
No, it's a very professionally run company.
It's a professionally run company.
And everyone who's worked for L&T also feels it. And they're very proud to work for L&T for that simple reason that it's a professionally run company. And they've never been allow anyone to sully their image on this.
A couple of years ago, you could have bought it. It was very cheap.
Correct.
I did buy some more.
Yes.
But today it's become very expensive.
Very, very expensive. And I think you should elaborate a little bit more on the two software companies which is being held.
Yes. And he started Infotech way back. But it never became as big as Wipro, HCL or TCS or Infosys.
Correct.
And when Satyam went down in 2008,
correct,
the highest bidders were L&T and Tech Mahindra, and Tech Mahindra won that bid. It was an open auction. And he has been licking his wounds and waiting for a chance. So when Siddhartha of Coffee Day got into trouble, he was the guy who bankrolled Mindtree. And Mindtree was one of the most successful mid-cap startup companies. He pounced, he put everything in it, he swallowed that company and merged it with L&T to make it a powerhouse.
Correct. There has been news about there's two different work cultures between L&T and Mindtree, but I'm sure they'll work it out. Over the given time,
they have no choice. Mindtree.
Yes. It's like you and me being brothers.
Yeah.
Yes, we have different styles.
Finally, the owner is L&T now.
Correct.
And the L&T shareholders are owners.
Correct.
The Mindtree had a more laid back and more old, new type culture, a startup-like culture.
Correct.
L&T is an old professional organization.
Yes.
It is, TSVS has been around forever.
Yes.
Long before the new IT wave came.
Correct.
But still TCS continues to remain. So whereas the Mindtree would be like a new startup company, which is very aggressive and hot and young stuff. So it is L&T's bureaucracy is what this difference of culture we are talking about. But a large company runs on bureaucracy.
That's true.
Like I keep telling you about Tatas. The negative side of the Tatas is people who work in Tatas or who know Tata closely like me. It's like working for a government company.
Very true.
So working for Larsen and Tubro is like working for a government company.
Yes, but without bureaucracy, you cannot have anything large functioning.
Yes, you cannot. A large functioning requires bureaucracy, and without bureaucracy, this company will collapse.
Correct, because the bureaucracy enables decentralization of role and power. If you
Yeah.
don't have bureaucracy, it's very difficult to
Very
decentralize.
difficult.
You cannot have one guy running everything.
You cannot have one guy running it.
Yes.
One of Nike's great strengths was that he decentralized.
Correct.
A time will come when it is possible. I have a very famous Tamil saying in which I said, because the pin is diamond, you cannot poke your eyes with it. So L&T is India. India is crown jewel. It's a diamond pin. You can't take it and poke your eye today buying at these valuations. Let's wait and watch. When the time comes, we will definitely buy. But L&T remains one of India's finest companies.
Yes.
थैंक यू नायक, आपने इस पॉडकास्ट में उपस्थित हुए, इसको सुना, इसके लिए मैं आपका आभारी हूँ। इस वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए, अपना चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बेल नोटिफिकेशन दबाएं। अगर ये आपने सब कुछ कर दिया, इस वीडियो को अपने दोस्त और रिश्तेदार के पास भेजें और उनको देखने के लिए आग्रह करें। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार, जय हिंद।